There it is. Sticky mount, GoPro type, thing for the GoPro mount. More sticky things. It's a wrist strap. Wrapped around the handlebars. It's got a tripod adapter, GoPro type stuff, USB-C cord, thumb screw. You put the camera right in there. You can tie it around your dog or your cat to get like POV shots. This is the magnetic necklace thing. Another strap. This is the little bracket that you mount it on your helmet or whatever. Bicycle, motorcycle. This is another one with the alligator clip to clip it to your clothes or your belt. More straps. Usual. That's it. Yeah, I have a ton of old memory cards. Empty ones that I use. A lot of them. There's an old 128 gigabyte. I believe it goes in this way. Make sure you take that thing off the lens because the video quality is probably going to be crap if you leave it on there. Waterproof? Nah, I wouldn't, because what happens is water can get in there. It'll get into the USB-C port and the memory card slot there, and you don't want that. It's plastic. This is magnetic. The clip is onto your clothes. 360-degree rotating clip, and this one has the tripod, mount. Turn it on. Press the bottom one. Long press. Access the menu. The middle one you press. You get video mode. You get your resolution. Different settings. 4K 30, 2K 60, 2K 30, 1080 60, 1080 30. Video length. The loop recording. You can turn that on or off. Image stabilization. I have a dewarping function too. Turn that on or off. E.I.S calibration. Video sound. You go into your other settings. Boot recording, auto rotation, frequency, turn the LED light on or off, backlight level, screensaver, auto power off, audio noise, boot sound. The boot sound is when the startup sound, when you start up the camera, you could turn that on or off. The key tone, that's that beeping you're hearing right now, you could turn that on or off. And that's the Wi-Fi, turn the Wi-Fi on or off. Download the app, in the language. You download the app, it shows you the QR code. And then language, self-explanatory. Time, date, stamp. You can turn the time, date, stamp on or off. Format, time. Format. Different time settings you can go into. Date setting. I think when you connect it to the Wi-Fi the first time, it sets the time and date automatically, so I don't even bother with that. Format the SD card. Format the memory card. Device information. Factory reset. You'd set, reset it if it starts acting up, and then exit. You hit it again. Then you can toggle between pictures and videos. You go to the photo playback, you hit select. You can select between the different photos you took. Goes between playback and delete and all that kind of stuff. You can select all that stuff. I never use this because I just like doing it through the app. It's a lot easier than having to do with these freaking buttons all the time on the side of it. To me, it's just a pain in the ass having to deal with the buttons on the side. I just like to do it through the app. Or I don't even use the app. I just plug it into my computer to view it on my computer, and that's it. I just won't have to deal with all this kind of stuff. For me, it's a lot easier. This takes a couple of hours to charge, and they claim you get up to 150 minutes or something like that. Probably in 1080p. Because if you use like 4K or 2K, it uses up more battery. Especially if the screen is on. By comparison, a little bit bigger than my H88. It's like practically the same size. Here's the app to download. It's in standby mode. You have to long press the top one to put it into Wi-Fi mode. You hit this one, Action 64, F as in Frank 112. That's the one that's on mine anyway. When you get to download an app called HiCam, HIICAM. You get the little animation here. welcome screen, whatever. So there it is. Shows your live preview. The app shows your live preview, the battery life, how much space you have left in the card, all that kind of crap. You have different options down here. It's slow video, normal video, time lapse. You get to take your pictures like that. Okay. Okay, resolution. So much easier doing it on this as opposed to doing it on that little screen and using the buttons. It's so much easier using this. Alright, so you got different settings. You got 4K 60, 4K 30, 2K 60, 2K 30, 1080 60, 1080 30. Video length. The video length is what, how long you want the video segments to be. If you have loop recording turned on, which is the next one I'm showing. Loop recording on or off. There's your E.I.S. close, dewarp. See how much easier it is to do it with the app as opposed to that stupid little screen. I like screens, don't get me wrong, but if the camera's that small, there's just, in my opinion, there's no use for it. You can't see anything on it. You got to use different buttons. The buttons are confusing. E.I.S. calibration. You got a dewarp setting. The E.I.S. Go back, videos. Oh, what is another thing? Why does it keep disconnecting? It keeps doing this. I don't know why. See what it is? I know it didn't shut off. It just disconnects sometimes. Let's get through this anyway. It's the second time I did it. I was testing it out before. It's like the second time I did it today. Video sound, boot recording, auto rotation, frequency, LED light. You can turn the front light on or off. Screensaver, how long you want the screen to stay on or off. Auto power off, how long you want the device to stay on before it shuts off. Audio noise, boot sound, key tone. You can turn the key tone off. Time date stamp, time format. I don't worry about that because when you connect it with your phone, supposedly it's supposed to set the time and date automatically from your phone. Storage capacity format, reformat the SD card, factory reset. So to go into your pictures or videos, you hit that, and it shows all the crap you just recorded. Photos, videos. On the left side, you could download or delete it, do whatever you want. .7K, 30 frames per second. Camera, 2.7K, 30 frames per second. 2.7K, 30 frames per second. Charles Victor 10.3. Just terrible. Wait.